Good morning. It is my second video. I'm again Madnavar sir, Faculty of Biology, and this topic, that is the chapter number 3, human reproduction, is continue. It is my next continued videos. In this video, I am going to discuss the menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle. What is the menstrual cycle? When it start, when it end, and what changes occur during this menstrual cycle at 3 places, and who is responsible for the menstrual cycle. So during the time of puberty, means approximately up to the age of 14 years, this cycle start. This menstrual cycle start at the age of 14 years. Okay, then and it end up to the age of 50 years. So time between from starting year is the 14 year, that is the puberty year, and 50 years is the last of this menstrual cycle. This menstrual cycle is affected or started due to the effect of hormones. They are of pituitary hormones and ovary hormones. At 3 places, changes occur in the uterus, changes occur in the ovary, changes occur in the ovary, changes occur in the hormone level in blood. So this diagram just you see here, diagram is given here. First, second, and third. First is the pituitary hormones level. First is the pituitary hormones, and these are two hormones. One is the LH, second is the FSH. LH means luteinizing hormone, and FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. They are secreted from pituitary gland and reach into the blood. Okay, and second number, these are the changes in this follicle. These are the changes in follicle. The primary follicle gradually going to be changed into a Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle. Number third, these are the changes in uterus. Okay, this menstrual cycle is of 20 days, 1 to 20 days. The time of this menstrual cycle is 1 to 20 days. Just you see here on this 1 and 27, 20, 28 or 29 days. It finished 28 days or 20, generally 28 to 29 days. So the complete time of this menstrual cycle is 1 to 28 days, and during this 28 days divided into the 3 phase. First, just you see, first of all, the secretion of the pituitary hormone, that is the FSH and LH, gradually increases in the blood. First diagram, upper first number. So the concentration of these two hormones is gradually increasing in the blood. Okay, just here this graph is shown here, and here this 14th day, it is the peak point. This it is the 14th day. So it is the peak point. It is the peak point of the hormone. Maximum concentration is found at 14th day. During come to the here, initially starting 1 to 5 days, if there is no implantation, if there is no fertilization, then the inner wall of the uterus start to degenerate, start to rupture. Side by side, the middle layer, that is the myometrium, also having the blood vessels, nerve cells, connective tissue, are also. So the inner metrometrium and inner endometrium plus myometrium get rupture when there is a no implantation, no fertilization. After 28 days, if there is a no implantation, no fertilization, then the inner wall of this uterus start to degenerate, start to rupture. So endometrium and myometrium wall start to rupture. As a result, the blood vessels also rupture, and this blood along with the connective tissue and some other contents, they come in the form of fluid from vagina, and this course is completed in 1 to 5 days, sometimes 7 days also, but normal it is the 1 to 5 days. During this time there is menstrual, this menstruation occur, means bleeding is going on up to 1 to 5 days. Okay, during this time the this primary follicle develop, and the primary follicle having a big cell that is called oogonia. Just you see here, this 1 2 3, it is the primary developing follicle. Later on, the concentration of this LH and FSH is going on, increasing gradually, and this primary follicle gradually converting into the secondary follicle, into the tertiary follicle, into the mature Graafian follicle. It is the 14th day. So on 14th day ovulation takes place. At this time, this Graafian follicle this follicle convert into the mature Graafian or follicle or tertiary Graafian tertiary follicle. So tertiary follicle is also called Graafian follicle, and at this time ovulation takes place. This ovum come out, and this follicles remains inside. Okay, come to here. Here this secretion or releasing of the blood is completed. Now repairing of this inner wall of the uterus start. Here again, due to the effect of this hormone, the repairing of this dark color is the rupturing, and here it is the repairing. So repairing of the inner endometrium start, and again gradually it proliferate from gradually it proliferate just to receive the fertilized ovum or the morula. So here just you see here, it is a gradually, this inner wall is gradually increasing and proliferating and becomes ready for implantation up to here. So at 28 days it becomes at its maximum maturity. Now it is ready to receive the morula stage. Okay, here on 14th day this ovulation takes place. This remaining follicle wall, ovum has come out. Just you see here, it is the ovum, secondary oocyte. Ovum is the secondary oocyte, it is the ovum. Okay, and here it is the follicle wall. Now this follicle is wall called corpus luteum. This wall is called corpus luteum. If there is a fertilization, then this corpus luteum gradually increase in size. It secretes the hormone progesterone. If there is a no implantation, no fertilization, then this corpus luteum gradually decreases in size. Just you see, there is a no fertilization. This size of this corpus luteum is gradually decreasing. Here is small size. Ultimately it becomes disappear, and again repeating of this cycle takes place. Here, second, estrogen and progesterone, they are secreted by the wall of the follicle, and they are shown. The concentration of this estrogen is gradually increasing on the 14th day. If there is no fertilization, their concentration is decreasing, and the concentration of progesterone is increasing just to increase the size of the corpus luteum. Then no implantation, at randomly it is decreasing. So just you see here both this both here both hormones concentration is decreasing. So it is the repetition. In this way, the repetition of this cycle takes place. So this is now second, that is the fertilization, this place of fertilization and formation of zygote. Here it is the, this is the secondary oocyte. Ovum is the, this ovum, it is the secondary oocyte. It is a secondary oocyte, okay, secondary oocyte, and it is surrounded by the cells of corona radiata, and inner side of the cells of radiata, zona pellucida layer is present, and this secondary oocyte is released from the ovary, enter into the funnel of oviduct, reached into the ampulla. During meantime, the sperms are also coming to the secondary oocyte in oviduct. The movement of this sperm in vagina and the uterus is responsible the contraction and relaxation of the wall of the uterus and this oviduct. They are helpful for the sperm to reach up to the secondary oocyte. Just this ovum, this secondary oocyte ovum has reached into the ampulla, and sperms are also reached into the ampulla. Now, a large number of sperms surrounds the secondary oocyte. Just you see here, these are the sperms. This surrounds them. Now, this sperm's head region is pointed. That is called acrosome. So, from this acrosome, enzyme is secreted, which helpful the sperm to enter in the ovum. It dissolves the wall of the zona pellucida and enter into the ovum. Only this head region and the middle region, enter into the ovum. This tail is cut off. Okay, now convert it becomes round. During meantime, this secondary oocyte convert into oocyte or ovum, or mature ovum. Okay, and one polar body is also, this is the polar body, that is the secondary polar body is also formed. Now, two nucleus present in ovum. One is the male nucleus and second is the female nucleus. It is the male nucleus and it is the female nucleus. The two nucleus joined together, united together, fusion takes place in the nucleus. So zygote is formed. Okay, in this way zygote is formed. So formation of zygote takes place in ampulla, in the middle part of the oviduct. Now this zygote starts into the second phase, that is the developmental phase. In this way zygote is formed. Okay, here now place of fertilization, that is the ampulla. Ampulla is the part of the middle part of the oviduct. Okay, what is the function of Jonu pallida, it protect the ovum. And what is the function of acrosome? Acrosomes release the hormone which helpful the entry. If only one sperm enter, after that a gap is created between the egg wall and zona pellucida, which prohibit, which stop the entry of the other sperm. Only one sperm, first come first serve, one sperm enter in the ovum, then other sperm cannot, because some chemical changes occur in the wall of this ovum. Okay, so this is the changes and fertilization, place of fertilization, and changes in the uterus wall. Okay, thank you.